I'm Andrew Trendle, you're watching Enemy, and we're here with Daði Freyr.
Hi.
Of Iceland Eurovision fame.
That's me.
How's it going, man? Are you like on the rooftop in Rotterdam living it up?
Very nice.
That's nice.
First we have the sun and yeah, it's nice.
So I don't know, how's Eurovision life?
It's a lot of hotel, a lot of Zoom interviews, a lot of masks, and some practice.
Well, how does it feel to actually like finally be there and doing Eurovision properly and in the flesh after missing out on last year?
Feels a little surreal, but also feels right. Feels like we have worked for this moment.
Oh, and how did it feel last year to receive so much kind of universal love for Think About Things? Having like to get that kind of love, but be in a position with the pandemic where you couldn't kind of experience it in the flesh and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was of course a lot of fun, but also very weird to, as you say, not be able to like experience it from actual people, but through their like online avatar kind of, and just see numbers go way up, but my life still just like I'm still just at home doing basically the same things, just for a bigger audience.
Seems to get quite a cult following. I just wonder, is there like a name for your tribe of fans yet?
Yes, we're Dadaists.
That's what a genius name. Why do I think of that? I don't know.
That's the Discord server, the name of the Discord server.
Amazing. I mean, what do you think it is about that track and the way you delivered it that kind of captured people's hearts and imaginations the way that it did?
I don't know. I think it's a fun track. It's uplifting and like a trend that I didn't have really anything to do with started going on online of people dancing to it. Yeah, I think it just came out in the right moment.
Did the trends that it inspired, the cult that it inspired, and the kind of how it took on its life of its own, did that add any pressure to kind of come up with a follow-up like 10 years?
No, I don't think so really. Like we put pressure on ourselves with the act, and I put pressure on myself with the song to kind of one up everything that we did last year. So it was more that I don't think the success of the song has really changed the way that I have approached this year.
And what can you tell us about kind of the writing of 10 years and what inspired it?
I didn't want to go too far from Think About Things because the Icelandic population voted for us to go through to Eurovision with Think About Things. So I didn't feel like I could just go in a completely different direction. I think we needed to keep within the same spirit as our last year's performance.
And lyrics are very important in Eurovision. What can you tell us about the lyrics to this and how you kind of hope that they'll connect with a global audience?
The lyrics are very personal, as they were last time. It's about the 10-year relationship I've had with my wife. I don't know like how that's gonna connect with people. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. Also, I think that people can just relate to it with their connections with people, long-term connections in general. But to me, it's very much a specific relationship.
And in terms of the on-stage production, I mean, from the footage, the live footage that I've seen, I mean, pyro coming out of a guitar. I mean, that's surely got to be a Eurovision first, right?
That's not gonna follow us to the main stage.
No.
We have new instruments this year.
Oh wow! What can you tell us about what you're going to pull out of the bag then to kind of make this a spectacle?
We have pyro, but way more than we had coming out of the instruments in the teaser clip. That was just like a small thing that we lit on fire, and then the guys that had the lighters ran away. And yeah, it's very homemade. All of this. Also, me and my wife made the instruments, also the new ones. But this time they combine. It's 3 instruments, but they combine into one super instrument before the solo, because that's what the solo needs. You can't really play it on one normal instrument. You have to be 3 people with a combined super instrument to actually really play the solo.
What do you think of your competition this year then?
I think it's a strong year. I don't know if that's because I've listened to the songs way more this year than I have most other Eurovision years. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think it's a strong competition.
Any favorite standing out to you?
Yeah, my favorite is the Ukrainian one, Shum by Go Away. That's also there's a really good remix of that song. It's just a good song.
And I'm just wondering if you had any kind of personal Eurovision heroes of time gone by.
Verka Serduchka from Ukraine, again, is a Eurovision legend. Also Lordi, they are also Eurovision legends. Loreen, Sebastian Tellier, Måns Zelmerlöw, Wigwam, Brotherhood of Man.
Wow.
There's lots. ABBA, of course. Eurovision has been going on for a while, and it's it's a huge. Like there's 180 million people that watch it, so there's bound to come some classics out of that.
Who's the guy? Underrated banger was Robin Bergsten. I Can't Go On from Sweden a few years ago. Got time for that. And who did I'm in love with a fairy tale?
Alexander Rybak.
Yeah, outstanding.
But we don't talk about him in Iceland because Iceland was in second place that year with Jóhanna Guðrún's song. So she should have won, and he should have lost, or he should have been in second place.
Yeah.
So Alexander Rybak, if you're watching this, I'm watching you.
I just wondered, like, you just listed quite a few decent, amazing Eurovision heroes there. I just wondered if you'd have ever met any of them, if any of them would ever give you any tips to Eurovision success or any secrets to the show.
I mean, some that I didn't mention is Emily de Forest, Conchita Wurst, and Duncan Lawrence, who are also very, very much Eurovision legends. I got to speak with them the other day on a BBC podcast where it was just the four of us speaking together. That was very surreal to have like three like legendary Eurovision winners and then me, Conchita Wurst, Emily de Forest, and Duncan Lawrence, and then me. Three Eurovision legendary winners and me who hasn't competed in the competition yet. So that was a very surreal moment, but they all said that like the thing you need to do is your thing. Like don't do somebody else's anything, just do your thing.
Reading out the score for Iceland this year will be the Play Ya Ya Ding Dong guy from
yes.
from the Will Ferrell films. Hey, I was just wondering, have you met him? What's he like? And then
I met him like 7 years ago or something when I was boom operating for an Icelandic movie. I don't remember if we had a conversation then, but he seems like a really nice guy.
And then I was also wondering how that film went down in Iceland and in Eurovision circles.
I think in Eurovision super fandom, it's very controversial. Like some people really liked it, and some people think it wasn't true to. I think most people agree that it's not like that accurate, and I think some people didn't really like how Eurovision was portraying it. But to me, it's just a funny movie. Like I also watched it in a hotel in France during the pandemic. The day before it was released because Netflix sent me a link and it was a movie about Will Ferrell being Icelandic and competing in Eurovision the same year as I was supposed to compete in Eurovision, and also he has the same hair as me. And it was just a really surreal moment. But so yeah, I'm probably not the best person to ask how that movie is because it was a very specific situation I was in when I watched it, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Did the Icelanders take it to heart? Just because, well, it makes Iceland look pretty beautiful.
Yeah, I think Icelanders think it's funny. Like I also, it's not a very accurate way of portraying Icelanders. I think we come off very aggressive and very incest-y, which is maybe not the way that Icelanders want to be portrayed. But I think like there's nobody really cares. Like it's a movie. It's supposed to be funny. It's like Icelanders are very sarcastic, so yeah, we see through it.
What can you tell us about your plans after Eurovision? What's next and what you're working on?
I'm gonna release EP on 21st with 2 new songs and a remix by one of my favorite bands, which I'm not gonna mention the name of yet. then after that, I have a tour in November in the UK, and I'm announcing a world tour in 3 days. That's going to be happening next year, and then I'm going to work on a debut album to be released next year.
How's progress on the album? What can you tell? Any surprises in there in terms of direction?
I haven't started making any of the music, but I've started a spreadsheet of how I want it to be laid out. So I'm going to have the layout of the whole album before I start, because I want it to be a cohesive thing. I'm going to have a theme throughout. I think I'm going to go somewhat sci-fi, adventure, something. I'm not completely sure. I may be talking out of my ass, but yeah, that's the idea right now.
Oh,
I was just wondering what the flag was there. Like I have an ad for AMRO, ABN AMRO. Shout out to you.
Oh, some free advertising there. Well,
or I don't know what that company is, so maybe I shouldn't shout out something I don't know.
Oh, you'll be getting loads of free products in the mail now.
Oh, nice. ABN AMRO products.
Well, thank you.
I have no idea.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck, and deep point for this interview.
Oh, thank you. And, to you as well.